So what just happened? I gave everybody a chance to make $100 with no risk. Well, the only risk is coming up here. So it was a risk-free $100. How many people were sitting there in the audience thinking, man, I sort of want to raise my hand, but I don't know if there's a catch, or I don't want to look silly up here. But there was an opportunity here, right? There was an opportunity to make money, maybe have some fun, and she got the $100 anyway. Now, how many times does this happen in our life? How many times do we have this fear, this resistance, when we get an opportunity? And how many times do we not raise our hand and that opportunity goes right on by us? So how many people here, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about why that fear and resistance takes place, why we procrastinate, and then I'm going to tell you how to get over that procrastination. So when I talk about these things, when I talk about procrastination, fear, and resistance, I know something comes up in your mind. Something comes up in your consciousness. There's that one thing. Did you always want to start that business, write that book, run that marathon, ask that girl out, go for that awesome job? What's your one thing? And I want you to think about that for a second. And then take that, and I want you to store it in the back of your mind, because we're going to refer to it through this presentation. Now, would you agree that if I helped you achieve that and get on the path to that, that this would be a successful session? Good. I'm glad you agreed, because if you said no, I don't know what I talk about for the next hour. So it's good. Let's take another one. And again, my dad means the best for me, but let's take something with my mom. I'm 5 years old. I get an A+ on a test. I go, hey, Mom, check it out. I got an A+. She goes, oh, Mike, you're perfect. I love you. You're perfect. I love you. It's the same connection, isn't it? I'm making these connections. That perfection equals love. Now, the next time I can take a hard test or an easy test, which test do I take? The easy test. Now, the next time I can take an easy test or no test, which test do I take? No test, because there's no chance of failure, so there's no chance of rejection, so there's no chance of losing my love. So now I want you to go back and take that situation we talked about that you're procrastinating. Think about how that relates to you not taking your test. How does this apply to that? How are you hiding? How are you not putting yourself out there? This is where procrastination comes from. So let's take it to the next level. So how do you implement this into your day-to-day life? We talked about changing your definition of success from winning to playing in the game. How do you play in the game? You experiment in your life. Now, what does this mean, and why do we do this? The thing about experimenting is the only way you fail an experiment is not to conduct it. So anytime I experiment with something in life, no matter what happens, I win, because I learn from it, because that's an experiment is about learning. And it takes all the pressure off of being perfect. Now, take that situation that we've been storing away. We found how we're not taking our test, and we're going to start showing up. What are some experiments you can do to get you to your goal? If you want to run a marathon, your experiment is running twice the next week. For a mile. That means you can run more if you want to. If you're going to write a book, if you've been putting off writing a book, because what happens is when we have, and they've studied this in psychology, when we have these great big grandiose goals, our brain gets freaked out. But when things are right in front of us, small, defined, they're very easy to do. So if I have a book, and again, I don't know where to start, I use the Pomodoro method, and what I do is I say for 25 minutes, I'm going to go in and I'm going to write the table of contents. And it's going to be an experiment. And if it sucks, I'm going to throw it away. But you know what? It's going to be a starting point. And then you say, okay, now that I have a table of contents, I'm going to do my next experiment. I'm going to write chapter 1. And again, if it's not good, that's okay. I'm making progress on it. So just think about how you can turn what you want to get to into an experiment. And you can run these experiments all different places in your life, and it just takes the pressure off, and it opens up a whole new world to trying things. Because I'll tell you what, the people that play in the game are the people that win. And I want you to learn as much as you can. I want you to go out there and create. Because again, as business people, that's what we do in this world. We create. And when we're able to play in the game and play 100%, then we create great things. So thank you for being part of my experiment. Take this and create your own. Thank you.